up, YouTube? It's your boy Trucker Doc. Yes, I said it's your boy. There was a subscriber on here that made a comment about that. He has since been removed, so I won't tolerate idiocy and bigotry on my page. So he's been removed. But besides that, how y'all doing today? It's your boy Trucker Doc back with another video for you guys. This is gonna be my first on a rock video. So we're gonna go ahead and before we get into it, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell to let you know when a new video is going to be made and posted. Today we're gonna talk about the ins and outs of being an owner op, what I've noticed so far within this week and a half that I started, the good, the bad. I'm also gonna show you my settlement on the Qualcomm, and we're gonna go from there. So tune in. And again, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. All right, YouTube, we are back. Right now, I have on the Qualcomm my settlement that I'm going to be getting on March 8th, which is going to be Monday. So owner ops get paid on Monday instead of Fridays, and we're going to go over line by line exactly what it is. So first thing you see, check date is going to be March 8th of 2021 for my truck. My truck generated $2,951.01 of revenue during that first week. I'm actually going to bring home $1,207.56. Now, I was charged for $1,743.45, and we're going to go ahead and break down through it. So this first one is a deadhead of 1 mile, 85 cents for that mile. Next is my mileage fee for that was a trip. We went 689 miles, for which I got paid $770.17. Now, on top of that trip, I also got a $189.13 fuel surcharge for 659 loaded miles. Next, we have another trip for $444.90, which I went 394 miles. Got a fuel surcharge of $78.93 off 275 loaded miles. Next one, $449.30 off of 370 miles. Again, $96.72 off 337 loaded miles. Next, we have a 732 mile trip, which I got paid $769.76, which I got a fuel surcharge of $151.25 off 527 miles loaded. Now we're going to get into the charges that I'm charged for on a weekly basis. The first one is going to be the Qualcomm. To rent the Qualcomm is $20. The next one is a $15 charge. I have to call and find out exactly what that is, but I'm not too sure what the Feb 21 UT is, but I'm gonna find out for you guys and let you guys know. The next charge I have, obviously I put 10% or 10 cents per mile into a maintenance account, so they take that out of your account. You have access to that account anytime you want. You can have access to that account, but they took $218.60, which is 10 cents per mile for all the miles that I ran. Next is a performance escrow. What they do for that, they take $50 a week out of your settlement until it adds up to $1,500. At the end of your lease, you get that back. If you borrow from that, you just have to keep paying that $50 until it gets back up to $1,500. The next one is going to be our pre-pass. How we bypass tolls and some way stations, stuff like that. I pay $8 weekly rental fee for that. And then we come our fuel. So for that deadhead, for my trips, I had $118.82 in fuel. For that trip, another trip, I had $150.31 for fuel. $2.37 per gallon on that. Next, we have $165.99 for fuel. Now, I'm gonna let you guys know later on about the fuel. So And again, another $196.49, $144.84 for fuel, taking out $303.54 for fuel, and then $86.16 for fuel. And then $10 for death, $40.94 for death. And now we get into our insurance payments, which I pay $78.85 for collision, $3.46 for glass coverage, $6.92 for bobtail insurance, $10.38 for what it looks like DBD. I have the abbreviations for what the insurance is in my contract, and I'll go ahead and look at that for you guys later. So this is the second page. Again, some more insurance, $34.62. And then I also had a $7.15 previous balance that was settled. That's because the pre passed away. When I signed my contract, I started in the middle of a pay period. So, and then last, I have a student loan. I still have to pay off my student loan. The rest of my CDL school is $80. So as you can see, that's all revenue generated, and also that's all charges taken out for that week. I will let you guys know I ran 1,700 miles that week. If you watched my videos before, I usually run more than that. I'm going to explain to you exactly what happened and why I didn't get up to my 27, 28, 2,900 miles. So when I first got the truck, I had a check engine light on and my Qualcomm was frozen. So I was already down for 2 days, getting that fixed before I even signed the lease. Once I signed the lease, that was fixed. Qualcomm I thought was fixed. So I was driving, check engine light came on again, boom. I was like 3 days in onto a trip. Qualcomm check engine light came on. Qualcomm started fucking up. It started freezing and turning on and off, so I put my truck in the shop. I was in where was I at? Atlanta. Atlanta reset the engine light and did something with the Qualcomm, but it didn't fix it. Got back on the road, ran up to Missouri, same thing. Check engine light came on. Qualcomm started doing the same stupid shit. So I went to our terminal in Edwardsville, Kansas. This was on a Saturday. I decided, our shop wasn't open on the Sunday. I got there Saturday night. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here for a whole day. When I can be making some more money, I can get a trip and run to a different terminal for when it's open on Monday and make some money. So that's what I did. I ran to Oklahoma City. Dropped off a load there, T-call there in Oklahoma City, put my truck in the shop. They checked the Qualcomm, they said, oh, there's nothing wrong, da-da-da-da-da. They tightened, they unplugged it, reset it, and then, they cleaned, they changed my fuel filters, and also what they call a dozer. What it is a knock sensor. So they cleaned that and they put that back on. Good, check engine light went away, Qualcomm was working. Cool, I'm thinking I'm good to go. I get a load picking up in Oklahoma City. No, I was still on that load. I didn't keep T-call it. They wouldn't let me T-call it because they couldn't get nobody to fix it. So I was still on that load, taking it down to Georgia. We had a terminal in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, I'm like, okay, I'll just go through Memphis, I'm already early for this load. So I went through Memphis. I actually had them T-call that load. Finally, I had them T-call that load in Memphis, Tennessee. And I put my truck in the shop. And what the Memphis shop had told me is that when I previously put my truck in the shop in Oklahoma City, all that they did was reset they cleared the code, but they didn't fix the actual problem. So Memphis went ahead and actually fixed the problem. They replaced the sensor that was bad. And then there was a bad backup battery in my Qualcomm, and that's why it was turning on and off, rebooting itself. So after all of that, I was actually down for a total of 4 days. Yeah, I was down for about 3 days, 3.5, 4 days. And like I said, I signed my contract in the middle, so I didn't generate any revenue. The revenue that I did generate that first half week went onto this settlement. So they actually fixed the problem. I made sure they fixed it. The truck was regenerating, and I'm gonna let you guys know with that knock sensor, what it does is it lets your truck regen. So if your truck doesn't regen, it's because it's all that built up exhaust, diesel particles, and all that shit. So your truck needs to regen. And my check engine light was coming on because that sensor was bad and my truck wasn't regenning. So we got that fixed, replaced the sensor. Luckily, I'm still under a 30-day warranty where I don't have to pay for anything. IEL, which is Interstate Equipment Leasing, that's where I got my truck from. They actually, take care of that for the first 30 days before they even take a truck payment out as well. So that's all taken care of, and truck is back on the road. So I had a few minor setbacks, but I'm thinking, this is good. I'm gonna get it out the way. I'm gonna get my truck fixed. So now that the truck is fixed, I wanted to go ahead and make a video, let you guys know. I told you guys I was gonna be doing the settlements and letting you know what the settlement was. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm gonna explain the fuel. So when I first started leasing and I went owner op, I didn't exactly know how I wanted to fuel my truck. If I wanted to do it by trip, or if I wanted to do it by, just fill my tank and run it empty and then just keep filling it like that. So basically what you're seeing with all that fuel, that's me fueling way more than I needed to. And that's because I started out fueling by the trip. So I was only putting enough fuel in to make my delivery and then doing it over and over again. Me personally, I find it better if I run my truck all the way to E, fill up my truck completely. I can run 1,400 miles on my tanks. I have 200-gallon tanks, getting an average about 8 miles per gallon. So I can run about 1,600 miles or 1,400 miles. I usually do it to about 1,100 miles and then I'll fill up. But that's what that fuel is. Now I was spending way too much money in fuel, fueling way too much, where I could just fill up, complete the tank, fill up again, and do it that way. So that's how I'm gonna do it. You got to figure out what's going to work best for you. If you're an owner op and you're deciding how to fuel, you got to figure out what's going to work best for you and what's your bottom line and how you want to run your business. Me, it's going to be filling my truck all the way up, running it to empty. So yeah, that's good and bad. I love being an owner op. They're giving me the same miles. I couldn't run them because my truck was in the shop. So they're giving me the same miles that I was running as a company driver, if not more. I'm able to go faster, so I'm able to complete miles, complete trips quicker. Bad, I've had a pretty rough start to being an owner op, putting the truck in the shop. So being down that 4 days really hurt me. Glad they didn't take any truck payments out. That starts on March 26th, I believe it is when the truck payment starts getting out. And by then, I should be hitting my stride, beginning in and running my miles. The good, like I said, they boost your truck up, so your truck goes faster than the company truck. You're your own boss, pretty much. You go where you want, you stop where you want, you fuel where you want. Fuel, you got to pay for fuel. That could be bad, it can be positive, all that stuff. And you look at it differently. I don't care what anybody say. You look at the truck that you're in differently from when you're a company to when it's your own truck. I find myself doing triple checks on stuff now more than I did as a company driver. So far I like it. I have no complaints about being an owner op. I encourage everybody, if they do, to definitely jump into it. Smartly jump into it, I should say. Don't just jump into it blind, smartly jump into it. I know a lot of people downgrade lease programs with these mega carriers. So far, nothing bad has happened. We're able to get everything sorted out and fixed and get it going. Right now, I'm currently on a load going up to Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. So that's gonna go on next week's settlement, and again, I'm gonna have a video for you guys about that. And then when I get a new trip, I'm actually gonna go through how I pre-trip the whole trip. So from when I get the trip to where I'm making my fuel plan to where I'm gonna stop, all that. So you're gonna see that. And again, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, based off of 1,700 miles, my truck generated $2,951.01, and I'm bringing home $1,200.07. Bringing home $1,207.56. Now, I also have a $516 fuel surcharge. Like I said in my comments earlier, we get paid 100% of that fuel surcharge. This week, it's at 28 cents per mile. So every loaded mile that I run for this week is going to get a fuel surcharge of an additional 28 cents per mile. So if you add that onto the base rate of $1.09 per mile, you know, you're getting paid over $1.40 per mile. So that works for me. Might not work for everybody. It works for me. I'm happy with that. So we're just going to keep pushing. I'm going to be back with you guys next week for a new settlement video. Like I said, you know, off of 1,700 miles, $1,200 is not a bad check. So tune in next week, guys. Hit that like, comment, subscribe button, notification bell to let you know when that video drops. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much appreciated.